Hi everyone, it's Limor and welcome back to From a Woman to a Leader. For those who don't know me, my name is Limor Bergman Gross and I'm a former director of engineering. I worked over 20 years in tech as a software engineer and then an engineering leader. And I left corporate 5.5 years ago to support my life mission, support other women in tech succeed and get into executive roles. And that's what I do today. I coach. And also, that's why I created this podcast, From a Woman to a Leader, dedicated to you, women in tech, supporting you, inspiring you. I interview every week women from different aspects of work and life that will inspire you and give you also actionable strategies you can implement today. And I'm just popping this short episode for you today on a topic that I think is not talked enough and also I think is always relevant, and it's burnout. And I wanted to kind of share like a short story and also kind of tell you that burnout is not something that always scream. Sometimes it whispers and kind of it creeps in until you realize that you're actually burning out. And this is inspired by a client of mine, but I will not share any personal details here. I'll just talk about myself and on my story. And if you feel tired, disconnected, or like you lost piece of yourself lately, please stay tuned and hear me out. Today I'm going to talk about burnout. It's not like dramatic, everything falls apart. It's the kind of burnout that sneaks in quietly until one day you don't recognize yourself anymore. And a while back, like many years ago, when we still lived in the US, I was on a family trip. It was a vacation. We took the entire family, a road trip. We did a lot of road trips when we lived in the US because we're a big family. We're a family of 6. I have 4 children, and just a road trip is easier, especially when you have toddlers, and also cheaper a lot of time. And I will not forget that during that drive for that vacation, I couldn't stop talking about work. And at some point of the road trip, my husband kind of looked at me and said, "You know what, Limor, I think you need to leave your job." And when he said that, it really hit me like a punch in the gut because he was right. And basically, work taken over everything, over my thoughts, my energy, my identity. And I even didn't notice how far I had drifted from the person I used to be. And the signs have been there, for several months. It didn't happen overnight. I always dreaded starting the week. So Sunday nights kind of, were down. I was down, kind of dreading Mondays. I also dreaded having one-on-ones with my manager. I was always afraid, what else is going to happen today? What else is going to be dumped on me? I always thought about work and talked about work a lot, all the time, at dinner time, bedtime, all day long. I was not patient. I was snapping at people around me, my family, and also at work. I was living from one vacation to another. Always had to plan something. And I felt like I had to prove my worth constantly. The worst part was that I thought this was just what success was supposed to look like. But it wasn't success. It was burnout dressed up as ambition. And the breaking point for me wasn't loud. It was quiet. Sitting in the car, in the road trip, realizing that, I'm experiencing burnout, that I don't recognize myself anymore. And on that road trip, I made a decision to put myself first, to put my priorities first, and not look at this as, a reward or being selfish, but putting myself first as a top priority. And here's just an example of what I started doing, really tiny things, but those tiny things make drastic changes. So I started taking lunch breaks, not just eating at my desk, and started being more conscious about what I eat and spend some time to prepare something healthy. I blocked some time on my calendar for some thinking and protected it. Started cooking for myself. As I said, started eating healthy, investing in myself. Started working out, blocked some time for, going outside for some workout. And I stopped apologizing for needing rest or needing to take care of myself. And I realized something. The world didn't fall apart. My team was fine, my family was better off, and the only thing that suffered was that burnout. So if you're listening to this and thinking, that's me, I've been running on empty, I want you to know, first of all, that nothing is wrong with you. I mean, this is happening to so many people out there. And you don't need a full breakdown to make a change. You just need a moment of clarity, and maybe this is your moment of clarity. Maybe this episode is. And if you realize after this episode that you are experiencing burnout, then you need to figure out what is one small step that you can take to put yourself first. Even one tiny step. It could be going on a walk. It could be maybe preparing some healthy meal. Whatever it is for you that you need in order to put yourself first. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me, and if this episode resonated with you, please share it with another woman who might need it. And if you want to hear more stories like that, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, or just reach out to me. I answer every email. You can email me to limor@limorbergman.com, or you can follow me on LinkedIn. Also, Limor Bergman is the handle, and I'd love to hear your stories too. And until next time, I want you to take care of you. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.